Budget proposals for Wilmington and Newcastle County have been drafted, and a new nearby theme park in Maryland is expected to attract thousands of Delawareans. Plus, a deadly tornado strikes Delaware. Those stories and more are coming up. I'm Lauren Wilson, and you're watching DETV News. Today, we begin with sad news from southern Delaware. The first tornado death in 40 years happened over the weekend. One person was killed after a confirmed tornado touched down in Bridgeville and Greenwood Saturday night. Delaware State Police in Sussex County say that person was found dead inside of a badly damaged home. The name of the victim has not yet been released. Residents in the area reported seeing a tornado flip an irrigation system in a field and level two homes. Locals jumped in to help after it was safe. The Sussex Technical High School baseball team gathered the belongings of one woman who lost her home. Storm damage was also reported in some Newark area homes. Emergency crews responded to fallen trees and down power lines, but there is no official confirmation that a tornado touched down there. Winds were reported to be gusting up to 70 miles per hour. In other news, if Newcastle County Executive Matt Meyer gets his way, homeowners will get a discount on their next property tax bill. In his upcoming budget proposal, Meyer included a one-time 5% tax rebate. Meyer says the $4.6 million will come out of a reserve fund. That fund has grown from $35 million in 2017 to an estimated $156 million this June. Meyer also proposed upgrading libraries, beginning with the Newark Free Library, along with the library in Middletown. The county executive also wants approval to invest $200,000 on a study to help volunteer fire departments understand why they are struggling to retain crews and how to break even. He also wants to invest $1 million to help create Delaware's first competition-worthy indoor track facility. Hearings on Meyer's budget proposal will be held in the coming weeks, with the completed budget due by the end of June. Wilmington Mayor Mike Perzicki also presented his budget proposal, but the news isn't as good. Fees would be hiked by 66 to 70% under his proposed plan. Most of those fees would be linked to construction, permitting, and other business fees. The mayor says the proposed increases will generate about $4 million a year for the city. Under his plan, a $1 ticket tax would be attached to events in Wilmington, and hotel taxes will be increased by 3%. A total of 150 fees are proposed in the plan. Everything from various professions, entertainment, and financial services would be impacted, including property owners and daycare centers. According to the mayor's deputy chief of staff, some of the proposed fees attached haven't been updated since 1968. City Council is expected to review the mayor's spending proposal this week. In news from the Dover Capitol, two bills are headed to Governor John Carney's desk to legalize marijuana use by adults. The first would remove penalties for possession by adults for what are called quantities of personal use. The second measure would establish rules and regulations for operating a marijuana business. The governor vetoed nearly identical legislation last year. Lieutenant Governor Bethany Hall Long released a statement saying she supports both medical and decriminalizing marijuana legislation with certain restrictions. Also from the General Assembly, a bipartisan group of young legislators have formed a new caucus. It's called the Delaware Future Caucus, and its goal is to encourage collaboration across the aisle on issues that impact young people in the Diamond State. The caucus was formed with help from a national organization called the Millennial Action Project. Co-chair Representative Mike Smith, a Republican, says the timing is right and the group enjoys healthy, productive debates on issues important to other constituents. Jobs, the environment, and social justice are just some of those issues that members are bringing to the table. Delaware is the 32nd state to join the Millennial Action Project network. And from the police blotter, a former Appoquinimink School District administrator has been charged with sexual solicitation of a child. According to Newcastle County Police, 39-year-old Daryl Sams Jr. sent sexually inappropriate messages to a then 17-year-old female student last June. Last week, detectives went to Sam's Camden, Wyoming home to execute a search warrant and later took him into custody. Police are advising parents with children who may have had contact with Sam's to contact them and report if any similar actions happen to them. If that's the case, contact Detective Rodney Stern at area code 302-395-8068. In news from the Colonial School District, there's a new special program for some very special students. Take a look. It's workout time for these Leach students who are between the ages of 18 to 22. They participate in the STAR program. That's Skills for Transition and Resilience. The goal is to prepare these young adults with cognitive and physical challenges for perhaps the greatest challenge of their lives, self-sufficiency in the outside world. Learning to stay physically fit is part of the prep, and it happens every week here at the Titus Sports Academy, where premier and even pro athletes like Troy Reeder with the San Diego Chargers and Darnell Savage with the Green Bay Packers train. But on this day, it was the Delaware Bluecoats, a G League pro basketball team affiliated with the Philadelphia 76ers.
Hey guys, let's go, baby. Let's go.
What's up, man? How are you?
My man, Jamie. Welcome back, man.
Hey guys, real quick, guess what? Coach, how are you?
Listen, you guys gotta be working hard while these 2, 1. Good job, guys.
This is really a unique partnership and a wonderful opportunity because many of our students are moving on to the next phase of their life. And when you think about next phase of their life and really next steps, it's part of that is taking care of yourself. And this is an opportunity for them to learn more about their bodies, how to care for their bodies long term, and really take pride in living a healthy lifestyle. While they are able to leave the building, they're also able to interact in a very social environment. And honestly, who doesn't want to be around professional athletes? It builds confidence in themselves, and it also, you'll see, as I'm certain that you saw it with many of the athletes, it's reciprocal.
We started out training athletes from little guys the whole way up to pro athletes, and when we had the opportunity to work with the Leach students, it's been great because we really take that same programming model that we use with our NFL players the whole way down to our little guys, and we implement that into this program with these students at Leach, and they've done a tremendous job, and it's been very fulfilling with our coaches and our staff and everybody here at Titus too.
Follow the directions, what they are telling me, and I doing pretty much well.
I like to come here at Titus. I like to do some exercise. I do lunges, push-ups, running. We do like tic-tac-toe. We separate the cones to each other. We do all kinds of stuff.
How does it make you feel when you do it?
It makes me. It feels great.
This community partnership truly is an example of the power of we in motion. And as always, our students are the beneficiaries. That's it for this edition of Keeping Up with Colonial. I'm Lauren Wilson, your Public Information Officer for the Colonial School District. And finally, Delawareans looking for a family getaway won't have far to go. A new Great Wolf Lodge is scheduled to open ahead of schedule in Perryville, Maryland. That's less than a half-hour drive from Newark. The theme park will sit adjacent to Perryville's Hollywood Casino, so there's something to attract people of all ages there. The lodge and water park was supposed to open in August, but it looks like the getaway destination will be ready to open by July 15th. The Maryland Lodge is said to be the biggest in the chain's history, with a water park that's more than 128,000 square feet. It includes 2 new slides and a great adventure park, complete with a rope course and an arcade. The 6-story resort will have 700 rooms with multiple suite options for parties of all sizes. By the way, the park will be holding hiring events in May, so keep an eye out for postings. That's the latest update from DETV News. Be sure to watch us on all social media platforms and on Comcast Channel 28. I'm Lauren Wilson. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.